Good morning. Today is January 8th, Erev Shabbat Parshat Shmot. And with this Shabbos, we end a very, very challenging week for this country. A frightening week for this country, one that has brought us to deep worry, anger, angst about exactly what type of society we live in right now, and certainly the dangers of a certain method of leading. And that's a danger that emerges first seen in the Parsha itself. The Torah says, Vayakam melech hadash al Mitzrayim asher lo yadat Yosef, and a new king arose in Egypt who did not know Joseph. Next verse. Vayomer el amo, and he said to his nation, Hine, am b'nei Yisrael, look it, this nation of the children of Israel, Rav ve'atzum mimenu. Rav ve'atzum mimenu. They are too numerous and too powerful, mimenu, which usually would translate than us, which of course is an absurdity. The Israelites did not outnumber, even though they increased in great numbers, the Torah describes, they did not outnumber the Egyptians. Even as he goes on to say, he's afraid that they're gonna, side with the enemies that might come, and either alamin haaretz, and either the Israelites will try to leave, and they're a needed subclass right now, or they'll push us out. Is another understanding. I'm not really concerned with the latter part of his argument. I just want to stick with that first part, because I don't think that Rav Atzum Mimenu really translates as they are too numerous than us. Rather, it means they're too numerous and too powerful, Mimenu, from what we would want. It's too much for us. We feel a grievance. They have too much, and what they have, if they have much, then somehow we feel that we have less. They've taken from what should have been rightfully ours. That is the fomenting of grievance, which leads to terrible things. In the context of the biblical story, of course, we know, in the hands of the manipulating Pharaoh, ultimately it leads to babies being thrown into the river, and enslavement. And in this country this past week, it led to the storming of the Capitol while senators and Congress people were in the midst of debating and certifying the election. What was it? What was the claim over and over again? It's been stolen from us. Retake what is rightfully ours. And that's an energy that right now had been turned on the election, but really had been the same energy that for years and years, the one that was turned on under the direction of this president to help power a whole movement, a movement of grievance. For me, so many of those pictures, and for everyone, the watching the people walking through, breaking through windows, trying to storm through barricaded doors, and sauntering through that, I don't know what they call it, that hall of statuary hall. Those were all horrifying pictures. But there's another horrifying picture, I will tell you, to me, and that was pictures taken of the marchers. Not the fact that they weren't masked, which is both a COVID issue and a shameless issue if they were planning indeed on making their way to commit a crime boldly, without seemingly concern if there was anything that would be held accountable for. That's, of course, something that was also shocking to us. But then there were the banners and the flags, the Confederate flags that were brought into the Capitol and looming large along with the Trump signs. And then there were other flags, international flags. And one, as they were interviewing one person, I could see it behind him, a giant flag of the United States and another giant flag of Israel that somebody had brought, one of the protesters had brought. And I said, my God, where are people, right? How are they caught up in this moment? And however much people, a band of people really still wish that Donald Trump would be the president, where has it taken them? Where has it taken them? How have they gotten lost? Even our fellow Jews, how have they gotten lost in the moment? That they're willing to sort of tear everything down. Whatever version of grievance that they are living. This is a cautionary moment, one that indeed to pull us back from the brink. But for us to know that you can only lead, truly lead, when you are putting forth a picture of hope and a picture of destination and goals and accomplishment. It's true that populists will draw on grievance, but that's not in the end leadership. That's manipulation. That is manipulation. We hope and we pray that this country will be able to heal as the next weeks and months and years ahead unfold with new leadership. We hope and we pray that we can find ourselves no longer living out of that grievance mode, but rather a sense of shared destiny, and shared values, and shared accomplishments we hope to achieve. Have a Shabbat Shalom.